about to let y'all know how we rep the Cowboys out here in the DMV.
Question from Casey Addison. Good morning, my brother. Had a question that's been on my mind with the Dak-Dez relationship. Do you think that Dez could be a hindrance on the development of Dak? With Dak being a young quarterback in this league, having to deal with the vet of Dez caliber, could that be harm to his development? I think Dak needs to grow with someone that's new or a rookie in which he's able to mold him and grow with that receiver. Your thoughts? Okay, and there was a little bit after where Casey was asking me where I'm from. I'm actually from Virginia, so I can answer that one outright. But thank you, Casey, for tuning in to the show. I wanted to make sure that since I've been dealing with funerals and stuff like that over the past weekend or whatnot, I hadn't done any things or whatnot. But thank you for your question, and I'm going to answer it. What's going on, Casey? Thanks for the question, man. And I sincerely hope that a lot more mailbag questions like this come in. But do I think that Dez is hindering the development of Dak? That's a very good question. I think that it's a two-side street. I think that some of the drama that comes with Dez Bryant as far as media coverage, I think that can hinder some of the development as far as egos and stuff go. Because if you've been fed that Dez isn't doing this, Dez isn't doing that, blah, 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 like, yeah, of course you could pass some of that blame and you think that you could grow a little bit more without him. Not to mention, keep this in mind, Dak had some early success without Dez Bryant. So you can't tell me that in the back of his mind he doesn't have the I don't really need you, Dez, in the back of his mind. But with that being said, Dez Bryant, I've never heard him slander Dak Prescott to the media. And he's had every reason to do so. Film has showed us that. My eyes have told me that. And don't think I'm letting Dez off the hook. Dez has had some drops. Dez has been inconsistent in running his routes at a high level. Dez doesn't break the same tackles, but he's still a really good player. And what I think that hindered Dak more than Dez is the fact that we're a running team and we lost our best player for 6 games. Now, I'm not going to say that Zeke was just killing the game early in last year. No, I think the whole team had the Jones, the last year Jones of we had all this success. We were 13-3. We were a lucky ass play away from being in the NFC Championship game. I don't think that they changed much up. I don't think that they drafted with urgency. I don't think that they treated this offseason with urgency. And it showed. And we didn't come out the gates like we thought we were going to come out the gates. And then not to mention, you throw on the fact that Zeke got suspended for 6 games after we started to get rolling. We also lost Tyron Smith. So if you lose Tyron Smith and Zeke, it's going to hinder any quarterback that's used to having that. And I always believed that even in the 13-3 year, that Dak Prescott still had some growing to do. And he's still got some growing to do. You're always going to have growing to do. Even the best quarterbacks in the league have growing to do. But do I think Dez is stopping him from growing? No, I don't. I don't think Dez is telling him to throw me the ball 1,000,000 times. I really don't. I think that Dez would be just as happy as Zeke having the 200-yard game and we winning the game. I truthfully believe that. I believe Dez Bryant is a team player. Now, does he sometimes let his emotions get the best of him? Absolutely. But I don't think it's a me, get me the ball, like blah, blah, blah. I think it's what the hell are we doing? You know what I mean? And maybe you might feel, maybe some of you guys might feel that that's hindering it from being a Dak-led team, possibly. But then I go back to tell you, let's look at Michael Irvin and Troy Aikman. Because Michael Irvin, yeah, they grew together and they were young together. But I'd be willing to argue that Michael Irvin was the sole leader of this team. I believe that Troy was the glue, and I believe Dak can be the glue. And I'm not necessarily, I mean, I know that these guys won rings, but what I'm telling you is a lot of people could have said that Michael Irvin hindered Troy Aikman's growth. But when you're a quarterback and you're doing your due diligence and you're doing what you have to do, I don't think that Dez can hinder that. Now, I believe that T.O. kind of hindered Tony's growth. No, T.O. was that guy. Now, even though I did not want to cut him, the type of guy you're trying to make, a lot of people are trying to make Dez Bryant out to be, Dez Bryant is not T.O. He's not as talented as T.O., I'll admit that. But he's also not the me guy like T.O. is. Dez isn't asking for a lot of attention. He's really not. If you follow Dez Bryant, now you might hate him, but he's not attention seeking. Should he have possibly gotten a route runner earlier in his career? Absolutely. But Dez ain't out here, you know, on these shows here, there, blah, 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 blaming this guy, blaming that guy. Nah, man. I believe that he really is all about his football. So, the answer to your question is no, I don't think that Dez is hindering Dak's growth. But I do believe they need a rookie receiver. They do need a receiver to grow with Dak still. And I'm one of the guys that believes that Dez Bryant will probably be gone. He should probably be gone next year based on the money and what we need to do and move around. So in that case, I do believe we need a rookie receiver, or like we have Allen Hurns to kind of be with Dak, and then we should draft another young guy, and then, you know, we should get back to the basics of what we're doing, which is run the football, and we should build the defense up to be a smash mouth football team. To go back to your last question, DMV is DC, Maryland, and Virginia. We're so close. I'm actually in Virginia. It's like I said before, but I'm about 5 to 10 minutes away from DC, about 20 to 30 away from Maryland. But make no mistake, I don't ever claim that I'm a DC guy or I'm a Maryland guy. Now, I'm in DC a lot and I'm in Maryland a lot because we're so close to each other, but I am from Virginia. But DMV is all of us. I try and represent the whole area. But make no mistake, I'm from Virginia. But thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Casey, for the question. Keep the mailbag questions coming in. If they're thought intriguing like this one is, I'll make sure that I'll do its sole video just like this one. All right, guys. Peace.